Did you resume it before? If our normal size screwdriver is good, then bigger must be more gooder, right? That is the shower thought that I accidentally shared with our Creator Warehouse team, causing them to spring into action, making a screwdriver that is 3 times the size of our retail one. It weighs a whopping 6.5 pounds, which is about 2 kilograms. And not only will we be trying to build a PC with it, but we're going to use it as an excuse to talk about some cutting-edge fabrication and rapid prototyping techniques, including finally, a closer look at the metal 3D printer that we've had on loan from Rapidia. We will also be giving away this PC and this screwdriver. All you have to do to enter is buy any screwdriver on lttstore.com and you will be entered to win. Entries close May 24th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, with all other legal details on lttstore.com. And all other legal segues to our sponsor.
Paperlike. Sometimes your iPad screen can get scratched up without you even knowing. With Paperlike screen protectors, you can put your mind at ease and keep your device protected. But what makes their screen protectors stand out from the rest? Well, it uses their exclusive micro-bead technology called nanodots to emulate the stroke resistance of paper without sacrificing screen clarity. In fact, they're so confident in the quality of their product, they offer a 100-day satisfaction guarantee. So protect your iPad and check out Paperlike screen protectors at the link below.
I can't tell if this one looks comically large or this one looks adorable by comparison. Either way, the team absolutely outdid themselves with this thing. We're going to take a closer look at it later, but guys, this is as true to the original as we possibly could make it. Like, this is metal, you guys. Anyway, the only rule for today's stream is that I am not allowed to use a regular size screwdriver. I have to build the whole system with this. Thankfully, our first step doesn't require a screwdriver at all, so I get to cross that bridge a little bit later. For our CPU, we've gone with the Ryzen 7 7800X3D. It features 8 cores and 16 threads, and all 8 of those cores have access to AMD's 3D V-Cache and can boost to up to 5 gigahertz, making this pretty much the best CPU for price to performance and the best CPU for gaming. It currently costs about $375, and we're going to be installing it in a... What is your problem?
What?
Buddy?
What did I do? Sorry.
We're doing a micro ATX build?
Well,
you
yeah.
couldn't at least give me a full-sized system?
It's way more comical when the screwdriver is bigger than the computer.
I agree with you, it's comical, but this is my life.
It's gonna go fine, don't worry. It's gonna be easy.
All right, we've gone with the Gigabyte B650M Gaming AX. It features 2.5 gig LAN, a couple of M.2 PCIe Gen 4 ports. It's got Wi-Fi 6E, which used to be so impressive, and now that Wi-Fi 7 is so much better. Every time I see Wi-Fi 6E, I'm like, ugh. Like, man, in previous generations, I saw, like, you know, previous generation Wi-Fi. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, it's like, gross. Wi-Fi 7 is so cool. Not that it really matters, guys. It doesn't really matter for day-to-day web browsing or anything like that, because realistically, your DNS lookup is going to take longer than the actual data download from the site that you're visiting. I sincerely hope that I have all the pieces of this because, oh, there's the 4th screw. Oh, good. All right, we're off to a really good start here. Anyway, this board is definitely on the expensive side for an MATX board at about $300. But when we were looking it up, it seems maybe they're no longer making them since almost all marketplaces are shipping from someone other than Gigabyte. So I don't know. Gigabyte sent this one because they said they had it kicking around. Let's get our CPU installed. It supports up to 192 megabytes. Did I say megabytes? Gigabytes. Sorry, I'm a little flustered now because I thought those screws were missing. Up to 192 gigabytes of DDR5 memory. And there you go. There's our 7800X3D. I haven't had to touch the screwdriver yet. Oh, but we've had issues getting it to run that much memory at anything higher than 4,800 megatransfers per second. So I guess we'll see how that goes. No, we won't, because we're going to be using this 64 gig kit of G.Skill Trident Z5 Neo. It's CL30 at 6,000 megatransfers per second. We got these for just over $200. I guess we're talking about the pricing a little bit more than usual because the system is going to be part of our giveaway.
Yeah, correct.
That's pretty exciting. So this is going to be like a rockin' system. This is super fast RAM, super fast CPU. I haven't actually seen the rest of the parts for this yet, but I'm sure they're going to be equally awesome. All right, there we go. Man, this is going so well. I'm not having any trouble at all. Oh,
You just
now
jinxed
we've
it.
reached the point where we're going to need our screwdriver. But that was movie magic before, and we're going to have to make it. That was special effects before, and we're going to have to make it, starting with the handle.
SLS stands for Selective Laser Sintering and uses a laser to fuse nylon particles together, layer by layer, until you have your part. These printers can get as fine as 50 micron per layer, or 0.5 millimeters. In our case, we are printing at 0.1 millimeters per layer. When it's finished, your part will come out as a giant chunk of powder. We then take this chunk over to the Formlabs Fuse Sift here, which is a vacuum, sifter, and duster all in one. Using the tools on this machine, we break away and clean off our pieces that are buried inside the extra nylon. Formlab's biggest flex, in my opinion, is the ability to recycle the excess nylon. After cleaning off your parts, you can mix in some of the new powder and put it back into the printer to minimize waste. There we go. We have the handle and the selector, as well as the tube that holds the bit clip that will slide into the bottom. Some of these orange pieces are printed on our standard 3D filament printers, in our case the bamboos and prusas we have here. Before we make some of the metal parts, we have to get these to Linus.
Ow! What the heck, Sebastian? Okay, well, this is fun. We've got a lot of parts here. I guess it's time to pick them up and see how they all kind of work together.
Pick up 52.
It's a good game.
That's kind of rude of him.
That's a good game. You know that these are like freaking heavy, right?
Yeah, listen, that was Sebastian.
That's a mark on my arm. There's a mark on my arm, Elijah. There's a mark on my hand.
No, that's from before.
No, it's not.
Yes,
That's a bruise. You just bruised my hand and my arm.
I'll get the work for him.
I'm calling Ariana.
No!
Okay, so Linus shows how it would all go together. I have to be 100% a stack with you, as Ludwig would say. It's not quite how he says it. I have never actually assembled this from these parts. Like, this is done by our suppliers. So I'm going to try and figure this out. Right here, this piece would normally be made out of zinc in our production units, and this goes. Did this break when you threw everything at me?
It might have.
Oh.
Yeah, that one totally broke.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's okay.
Sebastian
wait.
threw it.
Well,
Not me.
Is this the one they're supposed to win?
No.
Because that other one was special effects. Like, this is the only one, right?
Okay, we made 3. Because Creative Warehouse wanted to keep one.
Okay, that is actually not good use of time.
Yeah, do you know how much this material costs for making the screwdriver?
Don't tell him.
This stuff is super expensive.
Yes.
I do know that.
Yes.
This is a lot of it.
Yes.
I'm going to guess that each of these drivers probably costs in the neighborhood of $500 to $700.
Yeah, you're basically bang on. That's not labor cost. That's like material cost. And we made 3.
To be fair, it's not more difficult to make 3 than it is to make 1.
I didn't say it was more difficult. I said it cost more.
Yeah, it costs 3 times as much.
Okay, well, at any rate, here's a broken one of them. So this piece right here is this piece right here. You guys can see that? So that is made out of zinc on the production ones and goes into the handle, a little something like that. And then, I guess there's some other stuff here. Okay, this is, do we have just like some CA glue or something so I can at least like kind of put this on there, or hot glue? I'd settle for hot glue.
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, here's the inside. I guess does that go kind of like that. Are you planning to save me here, or are you just gonna let me kind of?
I want you to struggle.
Fumble my way through this.
You're pretty close, actually. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that goes there. Oh, these got to go on here first, though. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, that. Is this supposed to?
So this was actually our first unit that was printed. So the tolerances might not actually be that good. So you might not be able to get it.
Wow.
I was setting you up for failure.
How's the? Oh, sorry. I was asking myself, how's the bottom of that bus? But I guess I know.
Yeah, you're the one that was thrown under.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, wear eye protection. What if these like shatter? Some pieces already did fly off.
I mean, those are unimportant pieces. Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
Here, hold this.
Okay.
Hold on, I think you were missing a piece.
Missing a piece. Uh-oh. Oh, the Ninja Star.
I don't think we got
we
that
don't have
printed
one.
for this one. Yeah.
Okay, then we're good. The Ninja Star is the piece that sits in between the two bit holders and allows you to configure it so they won't accidentally slide, or so that you can have two on either side. Anyway, or so you can put in one big one.
Oh, there you go. You did it.
No.
Oh.
Here.
What am I holding?
You're just holding.
Like that?
No. You're holding.
Here.
There. Yeah. Good.
Go.
And then here.
What? No, because that's gonna pinch my fingers, buddy.
Well, I mean that's
Okay,
not my
fine.
problem. No. Okay.
Percussive maintenance, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Look at that.
Okay. So that goes right there. Cool. I'm pretty sure. Where's the top? Oh, terrible.
Again, our first prints of all of this. It's pretty rough. Oh my goodness. Bro, you're gonna. Ooh, a snack.
Don't eat that.
No.
Okay. We got some. Man, did they like? No offense to the Creator Warehouse team, did they screw up the settings on this print or something? I can't remove the supports.
I don't know. I didn't make it.
That's fair. Okay, we're not gonna bother.
We're
them.
not gonna get this fully together anyways.
Okay.
It was more just to show you kind of where the pieces went
Yeah. Okay.
for the assembly.
So that goes there. I'm pretty sure this one.
It goes in the screwdriver, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember which way?
I don't know. I didn't build a screwdriver.
Oh my god. Okay. That goes in kind of a little something like that. And then remember, it's supposed to have one of these here, so that kind of goes there. And then there's some other metal componentry for the ratchet. And then this bad boy goes here. Yeah, kind of like that. And kind of like that and such. Okay, so now I get to throw it at you, right?
Sure, I'm ready.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's heavy and it hurt. Okay,
Well-
let's go ahead and do whatever is supposed to happen next.
Well, do you think you could? Well, we got to install our SSD, which.
No, what we've got to do is show this next to our 40-ounce water bottle for size
Oh
comparison.
yeah, here. I got it right here.
There we go.
There you go. That's
All
the
right.
box of it.
Cool. So guys, our 40-ounce water bottle is. They didn't.
That was so worth it. That was so worth it. Well, that one's like half the price, right? So it was worth it.
We built 4.
No, we built 3 and then one of those.
That's what I asked.
Oh, 4, yeah, 4 total.
I mean, it's definitely cute.
It was perfect because it fits in the box.
I understand. I get the joke. All right. So they even scripted a whole thing for me to say, this is compared to our 40-ounce water bottle at lttstore.com. It's going to take 2 hands just to hold the handle. We'll get to that. First, this whole computer is being auctioned off. Oh, cool. Is it for charity?
No. Sorry, that should not be in there.
Oh, that should not be in there. Oh, okay.
We're giving it away, remember?
We're giving it away.
Yeah, we're giving it away on LTT
Wow, that's
Store.
even better. The total value of the system is apparently $2,200. So let's get to some of the other things that are included, like our SSD. Sabrent sent over their Rocket 4 Plus 2 terabytes. Lots of room for games. This thing is flippin' fast at. I need my screwdriver now.
Oh, well, we have to print the rest of the metal parts. Should be up next.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We will return to this After Sebastian shows you guys how we made the internals of the giant screwdriver. It's pretty amazing, and it involves metal 3D printing.
We need a few metal parts to complete our screwdriver. The ratchet gear, the zinc housing, and the 2 pawls, in addition to a few assorted other ones. We have a full breakdown of each of these components in our dedicated How We Made the Screwdriver video, so our main focus of the day is how we made these parts, since they are metal and not easily printed on a conventional printer. Rapidia uses a 2-stage process, with the first taking place in the machine here. This is the actual printer part. You upload your files using Rapidia's slicer, which will scale it to the appropriate size, more on that later, and calculate where your support goes. This second nozzle prints a thin layer between your supports, so you can break it off later, because unlike the support system in a traditional 3D printer, the metal that we are printing will melt in phase 2 without proper support. Speaking of phase 2, let's look at the sintering oven. After the part is printed, it goes in here for either 12 or 24 hours, depending on the size of the piece. Rapidia has asked us not to show the inside of the machine as it's a trade secret, but we will throw some footage of that slicer software on the screen. Remember how I said this software scales the part appropriately? Well, it's because during the sintering phase, it shrinks between 15 and 20%. You can see that based on the gray outline and the lighter colored parts. Once this is done, you can pull it out, do any filing you need to help smooth out the edges, and that's it, a 3D printed part. We only ended up needing this for the ratchet gear, since the housing and pawls turned out to be much easier on the SLS printer. We still tried printing the housing, which Linus will have to show to you guys. This is great. The only problem with this is the bed isn't very big, and we still need to make the shaft of our screwdriver. For that, I'll throw it over to future me. Our Tormach 1100 MX will be doing the heavy lifting of cutting out both the knurling in our shaft and the end where you place the bits. This machine is capable of spinning up to 10,000 RPM, has a 12-tool automatic tool changer, and can mill on 4 axes, meaning we're able to make super complex shapes like the screwdriver handle, or in our case, the screwdriver shaft. Time to put it together. Dang, look at this. Time to give it to Linus so he can take a closer look. Catch.
Oh my goodness, jeez.
You guys gotta stop throwing stuff at me. Anyway, check this thing out. We finally get to take a closer look at it. My notes just say, show off the ratchet. Oh, I need that.
So we originally tried to print it with the metal, but it ended up being easier to print those parts on the SLS printer. But we still printed one just because it was so cool.
That is so cool. So the actual giant screwdriver has a plastic ratchet in it.
I believe it's a plastic, or the SLS housing,
Yeah.
and then the gear is still.
It's still metal.
Yeah, I can get Sebastian to message me and double check, but.
That is so cool, man. I love metal 3D printing. It's just like how, like, check this out, guys. It's got all the layers that you would expect from just like a layered deposition 3D printing method, but they take the whole thing. Well, I guess you guys just watched how it works, but
Yeah. It's still very, very cool. Like the fact that you can just do this with metal.
flipping incredible. Yeah, the level of detail here, guys, that is unreal. It doesn't seem like it should be possible, but man, they are 3D printing flipping anything and everything these days.
Wow.
All right, let's take a closer look at the screwdriver itself. So let's see how much being partially plastic affects the feel of the ratchet. So on our normal screwdriver, we've got 3 positions for the ratchet. This way, and locked. How's our, actually, not bad. I would say proportionally, that's probably about as much play as the original has. Man, that knurling. Good Lord, look at my hand.
It is very sharp.
Look at my fingers. This is like dangerous.
Yeah.
Is that just from scaling it up?
100%. It's just from scaling it.
Wow. Okay. I bet part of it is also just the manufacturing method of it too. I assume this was turned on the Tormach?
Correct.
Yeah. So these are just sharp friggin' peaks of metal. Here. I'm gonna do it on purpose this time. Hold on. I'm just gonna hold on to this. Okay.
Kind of shows up, but. Oh, there you
it
go.
shows
That's way
up.
better. Holy.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It shows up. Okay.
Another reason we did also make the stubby was to perfect the prototyping, you'll notice that the clicks of the selector on this one are way nicer feeling than this one, and we made this one first.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it goes to show with prototyping, you can find your errors, where to improve, and act upon it.
Okay, now I do have some questions. It looks like for our magnet, we've used a gigantic neodymium ring magnet instead of the standard little button magnet that we use in the regular screwdriver.
Correct. If you get a thick enough piece of metal, you can hold it. Like it's like 6.5 pounds and it will hang.
All right, let's have a look at our bit storage here. Oh my God, we made bits.
Of course, we had the metal 3D printer.
What screw am I supposed to drive? What would this even be?
Phillips 10.
A number 10? Here, hold on, guys, just for scale. Like, 3 times the size doesn't sound that much bigger until you realize that it's 3 times the size in every dimension.
Which makes it 27 times the volume.
Yeah, so look, that is just 3 times the length, right? And, I mean, yeah, I guess, yes, that's just 3 times the width. There you go. But it looks so much bigger and it's so much heavier.
Yes.
You guys printed every bit. You guys even made, oh wait, this isn't a magnet bit.
There is a magnet bit in there somewhere. There should be. If not, I
don't see
will
one.
get it from. Oh, right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh my God, you guys made a magnet bit. Okay, one of the features of the LTT screwdriver is that we have a magnet bit so that you can kind of reach in and grab stuff that you drop or whatever. Not that I would know anything about that. Okay, let's go tip to tip here.
Heyo, there you go. Oh my God, it's so strong.
Don't oversell it. All right, here's your Phillips head. Anyway, the bit that I picked out before looks like a hybrid. It looks like the hex drive was printed on the Rapidia, and then it looks like this, which is one of our standard shafts, but which doesn't have the knurling on it, is embedded in it?
Yes, Sebastian made this as the adapter bit because that's how you're going to assemble the PC.
Brilliant.
You will put the adapter bit and then use normal bits in the adapter bit.
Well, let's get to work, shall we? I have an SSD to install. I guess I'll use this camera den screwdriver. Oh, that does not have the standard loadout. I will use my retro screwdriver for my bits here. Starting with a, man, this feels ridiculous. Starting with a Phillips number 1 for my SSD. Here, look. I actually cut off my whole body. Like, it almost looks like Tiny Hands meme. Like just, I've got a screwdriver.
When we had it on the top down earlier, it looks like the boxes are just oversized and the screwdriver is regular sized. Or boxes are very small and the screwdriver's normal size. It's very funny, the perspective it plays.
Okay. Do you mind, Elijah, could you put my computer here
Yeah,
so I can look
absolutely.
at chat? Dan, do you have any merch messages for me in the meantime? Oh, I guess now's as good a time as any to tell you guys about merch messages. If you're not familiar with our streams, we don't use super chats, we don't use Twitch bits. We do stream on a lot of different platforms, including on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Am I missing any?
We do TikTok for the WAN show.
Oh, okay, but we're not doing TikTok today?
No, just
Okay.
the WAN show.
That's fine. Anyway, we stream on lots of different platforms, but the way to interact with our program is through merch messages. We feel that instead of just throwing money at your screen, you should throw money at your screen and get high quality merchandise in the mail for your trouble. So all you got to do is go to lttstore.com, check out some of our fantastic products like our new dip dye hoodie, our screwdriver, obviously, our trying to think what else we got. We got mouse pads. We got all kinds of really high quality stuff. You can check out the reviews. And then in the cart, all you got to do is check out that box that says leave a merch message. And when your order goes through, a merch message will go to our producer, Dan, who will either respond to it himself, forward it to someone internally who can answer your question. He can just have it pop up along the bottom of the screen. So, if you want to say like, hi mom, who watches LTT as well, and you can do that as well. Or he'll curate it for me and or my co-host to address on stream. So Dan's going to show you guys how it works by reading out a merch message.
Linus, if you could spend a day with a celebrity, who would it be?
Oh shoot, I always forget who my like celebrity like people I would care about. You know what? I would probably see, I hate this because it's like creepy, right? Like the last thing I would want is for him to hear me say this.
What about Luke?
Spending the day with Luke. I mean, sure, yeah, I would. Actually, if it was just to hang out and spend the day, and I didn't want it to be, awkward and weird because I'm like a weird fan or something, then sure, Luke. If it's not that, if I answer the question in good faith, then it would probably be Trey Parker. I think that I would have a lot to learn from him about storytelling. The guy is just an absolute master. There's this video that I shown you that video where he went in and with Matt Stone, they gave like a really short talk on sort of storytelling.
I think you've told me, but you haven't shown me.
I show it to the writers all the time. And basically it's this masterclass on storytelling that they do in like 2 minutes, because that's what they do, where he goes, okay, so anytime you've got all the beats of your story and you've got kind of your ideas for where you want to start, where you want to end up, and you've got all these sort of events that take place, you need to make sure that in between absolutely everything that happens, you're saying, but then, or something else. The most important part is that you never say, and then this happens. And then this happens, and then this happens, because then there's no consequences, there's no cause and effect. It's just a sequence of events. That's not a story. And that's something that I kind of understood intrinsically and was trying to do, but had never really known what I was doing, right? Like I was one of those people who just was like doing it kind of right, but sometimes I'd screw it up because I didn't understand why I was doing it mostly right a lot of the time, and I had no way of explaining that to the rest of the team. So I came across that, and then I showed it to all the writers that have been here longer than Elijah.
The real writers, not Junior. I get it.
And I think it's made a difference. Anyway, I'm supposed to continue the computer build. Why don't you give me one more while I unbox this Noctua NH-U12S Chromax Black. Wow, we found an old LTT edition for the build?
Yes, we did.
Absolutely sick. And you even included AM5 mounting hardware. Man, this, he may be a junior writer, but he's got senior capabilities written all over him.
Yo, that means I get the discount. Let's go.
I'm amazed Elijah did the bare minimum. Good job.
Thanks, Dan.
Hey, you're doing better than most people.
Okay, maybe my expectations are too low. All right, hit me, Dan.
No, good job. In the products you select to create, are you focused on single product, or do you want to build out a suite of products? For example, building a toolkit for a network admin or a complete kit for computer repair.
So one of the first things that our, I guess not really new CEO, he's been here about a year now, but one of the first things that our CEO identified about our product development process when he came in a year ago was that it's kind of random. See, the truth is a lot of our product development stems from Linus wants a thing, and if you're going to put the effort into developing one, to your guys' point earlier about how making 3 of these really wasn't a lot more work than making 1 of them, if you're going to make one that's up to my standard, then you might as well mass produce them. In actuality, it doesn't really work like that. And there are lots of challenges scaling up production past one, but that is the reason why a lot of things that are available on the store exist. Now, that's not necessarily how we want things to work forever. There are definitely cases where we are sort of creating portfolio pieces, that is to say, making products to complement our other products, or we're making products just because we've identified a competitive advantage that we might have compared to other products that are in the market. But no, the reason that our mix is pretty variety-y, for lack of a better word, is because it's just stuff that I wanted to make a lot of the time. Like, why do we have a shape sorter toy for small children that is all tech shapes instead of circles and squares and the like? Because I thought it was a really cute idea. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. My ADD creeps into every aspect of my life, I'm afraid. This is really inefficient.
One thing I noticed when I was trying is it gets really, my arm got tired.
Yeah.
Because it's really heavy.
So the thing is, I use the knurling on our driver to put screws in really quickly because each roll of my finger and thumb is, I guess, yeah, geez, like 3/4 of a rotation almost. Well, on this, each roll, because it's so wide, is about 1/3 of a rotation. So I just get to do this forever. This is brilliant. Dan, you better hit me with another merch message. I got to stall for time.
Yeah, we can get through a couple just screwing in one time. Let's see. Linus, what's your favorite Linus meme?
Oh, no. I don't know if it's really a meme, but that one that Jake Bellavance has on his wall, where I have the pack of chips that I'm holding, the bag of chips, and it's a CPU inside, and it's like dropping, and I'm chasing it, and Luke's all no, but I'm a goat and he's a bear for some reason. That's pretty cool. My understanding is there might be like some kind of furry sexual undertones to it that, like, I'm not really that sort of engaged with that scene, so that's a possibility, but I kind of choose not to see it that way. And I just think it's kind of, a cute picture with animal versions of me and Luke, and it doesn't have to be sexual. So I really like that one. I've definitely seen some really good ones where it's like a grid of 3x3 of just like, there's like a dog and like a bunch of different just like deadpan faces, and they got like the Linus face in there. I don't know, we haven't really had any big meme moments in a while, I don't think. Do we have thermal compound?
Yes, we should.
Do we have PTM 7950?
It's probably in the fridge.
It's in the fridge. Well, stall them.
I wasn't. Dan, merch. I don't know how to stall. I'm not.
Actually, I think I have one for you,
Oh,
Elijah.
for me.
I think it was for Linus. Anyway, hi Dan. I had a question for Linus. When will Elijah graduate? I think you've already graduated, right?
Man, the meme online is that I'm just like 12 or 15 years old, like I'm just haven't graduated high school yet.
You're like nearly as old as Linus now, right?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Someone forgot to put the PTM 7950 back in there from the CEO PC build. I don't know who the writer, I should say junior writer, was on that one.
Maybe if we didn't film till 6 p.m.
6 p.m.?
I wouldn't have been
Wow.
tired.
Yeah, gotta love that. That's what we call Gen Z overtime.
Oh my goodness, stop. But to answer your question, I've already graduated. I am 26. I am not still in high school.
All right, let's go ahead and get some thermal compound on here. By the way, look, Gen Z, relax your TikToks, okay? I'm kidding. It was a generalization that I made a joke about because I think generalizations are stupid. That's what I think is funny about it. It had been a very challenging day. So I'm just
We
giving it a
started
hard time.
late, and Alex said it was a 3-day project, and we somehow managed to get it done in like 4 or 5 hours. But to be fair,
In fairness, Alex said it was a 3-day project, and we threw 3 people at it in
so we
one
made
day.
it made it a 1-day project.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? 9 women can make a baby in 1 month?
Oh, that's good to know.
So I've started putting thermal compound on Ryzen processors like this these days, because the core dies are actually down here, like kind of at the bottom, but that doesn't mean you want to leave the whole thing naked. It probably doesn't matter, because as long as you put enough on, it'll spread across the whole thing, but just a little, a free tech tip. God, this thing is heavy. Am I even going to be, do I even have enough clearance to get this in here?
I built the entire computer with it.
Okay.
Do you have the shaft extension?
Oh yeah, right. Oh man, yeah, if things go bad, I could always just use...
Oh, I forgot you had the adapter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Here we go. I
Oh.
could always just use the shaft extension from lttstore.com.
Should have made an oversized shaft extension.
You need like a ladder to get up there.
Oh wow, look how much slop there is in it when it's this long.
We call that acceptable tolerance.
Tolerance
Just
stack,
hold
yeah.
on, guys. Just so you know, this is normal, a little bit. What you just saw there, that was not normal. That's what we call unnormal, I believe is the correct word. Oh my goodness, you can't just lift it up from the. You know, if the bits didn't weigh like 2 pounds between them, this would be a lot easier. All right, Dan, you want to hit me again?
Sure, I've got a few here. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Galaxy Watch 6 or the rumors for the Watch 7?
I don't know. I was pretty into the whole smartwatch thing early on. I loved my Pebble and my Pebble Time, or whatever the color one was called. I think it was called the Pebble Time. I loved being able to quickly or discreetly check a message. I loved being able to reply via voice when my hands weren't free. Like, there's a lot of things that I really loved about the smartwatch experience. But there's also a lot of things that I don't really care about the smartwatch experience, and a lot of them have turned more into health trackers that it doesn't really have a ton of value to me, especially because from my experience, they're so woefully inaccurate that I find it hard to take them seriously. And I'm nothing if not a very serious person. Sorry, I was just appreciating the irony of talking about taking things seriously while I do what it is that I'm doing right now.
This is a brand new case, eh?
Oh, cool. Hold on though. I'm not done talking about smartwatches yet.
I thought you were done, sorry.
So I was super into them in the early days. I don't really need a lot of the new features that have been coming out in the latest ones. I tried using the OnePlus Watch 2 for a while there. I think they were thinking of doing some sponsor spots or something like that, and they wanted me to have some first-hand experience. And you know what? It was fine. I didn't really have any complaints about it. I just was not strongly incentivized enough to put it on every day by the features that I was getting from it. I kind of go through phases. Sometimes I'm like a watch guy and I can't survive without having the time on my wrist, and sometimes I don't care about it as much. The reason that we were interested in working together though was it has a badminton mode, like for its activity tracker. And you know what? It seemed pretty accurate, even though it's on my offhand. It seemed to track the number of swings pretty well and stuff. So like I said, no complaints about it or anything. I just got lazy and stopped daily driving it. It's sitting on my my clothes dryer right now because I don't remember. For some reason I put it there, and the charger's upstairs, and I haven't reunited them yet. I was supposed to say a little bit about this cooler. According to Case Labs' website, it's the max size for a cooler for this case.
Yeah, and this is our new case that we're doing.
Cool. So we're going to find out real quickly if it works. This case. This looks like exactly what it is. A gigantic version of like the Dan case, which is pretty cool. It doesn't use a sandwich style layout like some previous Dan cases have in the past, But honestly, I kind of like that. You don't have to use a riser. So your GPU just kind of goes in the bottom right here. It's got a mesh covered, so it's got a filtered intake all along the bottom of the case. So any kind of double or triple fan style GPU is going to suck fresh air directly from the bottom. It's super low height. Like we are just looking at the height of the motherboard itself, plus a C13 power receptacle, which is great if you have something like a media console. I went through this a while back, and I ended up with an MATX case from Sliger when I did my, actually you guys were probably gaming on it this weekend. We had a LAN at my house. So the machine that's in the VR room is that Sliger machine, and it's super cool because it's MATX. So I can have expansion cards in it, and I needed that for a multi-controller USB expansion card for all of my full body tracking VR stuff, because I was having some issues with the onboard USB. And then there was one other expansion card that I needed for it. So I couldn't use ITX, but I didn't want to go full ATX because then it wouldn't fit in my stupid media console. And their case, I believe it's called the Cerberus, don't quote me on that. Anyway, it's one of Sliger's cases, uses a similar concept where everything else is moved horizontally, and it's pretty much just the height of the motherboard vertically so that it can fit in tight spaces. And this looks like a much roomier, easier to work in version of that, albeit a longer one. So depending on your use case, it might be better to go for something like this, or might be better to go for something like this. This is only going to be $70.
Yeah, it's actually a really good price.
Wow.
At least that's the current pre-order price. I don't know if it's going up after that, but
Got it. Okay. Well, that's pretty sick.
they actually moved up the embargo for us to be today, so we're one of the first people to be able to use it and build a PC in it.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this screw taken out. I feel like this is the point where the build starts to go a little slower. Dan, save me. Ah!
Hey, Linus, Elijah, and Dan. Love the giant stubby. You gonna make that one a prize too? Question? How are the backpack carabiner replacements looking? Finally got one broken after a year and a half. Sad face.
Oh, that's a really good question. I believe production is done, and I believe they're sending them out. Can you please message, I don't know, someone from Creator Warehouse, and we'll try and get you guys an answer for that on the stream today. Now let's figure out, how this goes in. No problem. Everything is more challenging. Normally I would just put this in here, and then I would, I would one hand put everything in because I've got, my knurling and my perfectly balanced as all things should be. Hold on. It doesn't have a bit in it, so it might actually be a little back heavy. There we go. Perfectly balanced as all things should be screwdriver, and I just kind of go like this. That is not an option today. I may actually have to lay the system down to install the motherboard for a change.
We do have a top down if you think it would help.
Yeah. I mean, that's up to the production crew, whatever you guys like. Want to hit me with another merch message?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Let's see what we got here. How do you know when it's time to upgrade a PC or component?
That is one of those questions that the only person who can answer it is you. I get asked that all the time. And you know what? If I told you guys anything other than when you feel like you need an upgrade, then I would just be encouraging mindless consumerism and keeping up with the Joneses. I mean, obviously, if the way you frame your question is, okay, when should I upgrade to have a competitive edge? All right, I might have to give you a different answer, because the reality of it is there are ooh, shoot, are these M3? These feel like they might be M3 motherboard standoffs. They are. Okay, Lee & Lee is an M3 shop. Where's my other screws here? There are. Okay, hold on. I don't see any M3 screws. Are these not? Are these 632? No, these look like M3 standoffs. Elijah, do you know where my M3 screws are?
I thought I put them back in there.
Okay, they are not. No, they're not. Trust me.
No?
That's okay. We have a whole thing of M3 screws right here. But
Oh yeah, I planned that just in case.
yeah. Sure. Oh yeah, this is really not ideal. For some reason, our big pack of like the circle top ones is not here, and these are all random ones.
Well,
Okay.
there's these ones.
What do you got?
Is there one of those?
No. These are like machine screws for the shop. I don't know why those are there.
Oh.
Okay, well, it was going too smoothly anyway. The point is, something like, for example, a high refresh rate OLED monitor with very, very low persistence. Man, that is going to give you a for realsies competitive edge, even in online play where realistically a lot of the latency is down to your network connection or the netcode of the game. But if you're just asking, okay, I play casual games, or I shouldn't say casual, but I play casually. I don't compete. I'm not like in it to win it. Then it just comes down to when you feel like there's a game you want to play that's not living up to your expectations, and that's something you can find out for yourself, right? Like if you want to know, okay, do I really want to run Cyberpunk at Ultra? We live in the age of YouTube, right? You can go online, you can see what the game looks like at those settings. You could even set it to them yourself and check it out and see if you feel like that's going to make a meaningful difference to your gameplay experience. And if you think it is, then hey, yeah, it might be time for an upgrade. And if you came to me and you framed the question as, hey, I want better performance in this game, and here's my system specs, I could recommend a specific upgrade for you, but I don't like telling people, oh, well, this is the point where your computer sucks, bro. It's not the message of our channel, and it's never been the message of our channel. Like we're all about go back almost 10 years, right, to when we did Scrapyard Wars. I'm reminded of that Kazir song, right? Like it doesn't matter what you drive; it's you drive what you got, right? And so we put together, between those $500 Scrapyard Wars PCs that were very capable of like high spec 1080p gaming, to our $69 gaming PC series, which by the way is coming back, which is very exciting. We're going to be doing another $69 PC, better than ever, and it should be capable of 1080p gaming. We're all about that PC gaming's greatest advantage compared to console or compared to, console. Its biggest advantage compared to console gaming is the affordability. The fact that you can buy a computer today for like $100 and you have this enormous, like gargantuan back catalog of amazing games to play, many of which are not that demanding. That's the best thing about PC gaming. So no, you don't need to upgrade your PC. You need to upgrade your perspective. There's no reason that you have to play the latest games. You can play older games. Or you can play like retro-styled games. One of my favorites, Crosscode from Radical Fish. Man, you can run that thing on a potato. Trust me, we tried. Actually, we didn't run Crosscode on the Potato PC, but I kind of wish we had. One that I've been enjoying a lot lately is from a really small developer. I don't even remember their name, but Tape to Tape. It's a roguelite hockey game. Man, that run, that was heartbreaking.
It caused a lot of depression.
We almost beat it on Expert during the LAN. We had a really long hour-and-a-half run and just heartbreaking loss to the golfers.
Excellent Rectangle is the developer.
Excellent Rectangle.
Yeah.
It's a
very fun game.
It's an excellent name. And yeah, same thing. That game would run on a potato. So don't worry about it. Now, it looks like this front does not have any kind of airflow pass through. So I'm going to be mounting my power supply this way. Wow, full-sized ATX power supply and everything in here.
There is another way you could mount the power supply.
Oh.
You can actually mount it on the back.
On the back, you say?
So this piece...
Like here?
No, sorry, on this
Oh,
side.
against this wall.
This piece can actually come out and then go here if you would like.
And I guess the idea is what if I have like a giant radiator
Yeah.
here? Or?
Which is that piece you took off earlier.
Got it. Well, we're going air cooling because we need to ship this system and we'd like it to arrive in one piece. Actually, AIOs can be really good for shipping, but also we're streaming. And I think it was the charity stream when we implemented the no more AIOs for live streams policy, because that was brutal. Building those 5 computers with AIOs was absolutely a mistake. I guess I'm supposed to talk about our power supply. Right, we've gone with the RM850X. It's fully modular, 80 plus gold efficiency, comes with all the cables you'd ever need, and we're going to be sending the extra cables to whoever wins the PC. Does it come with the 12-volt high power connector, Elijah?
No, because this one's a little bit of an older model, but we do have the adapter.
You guys put some random Cable Mod Pro cables in here?
I opened the box and they were in there.
I see.
Yeah.
Fine. The 4080 needs how many? 3?
Correct.
3. All right. Well, we'll throw. I like to throw these on ahead of time if I can. I'm gonna put the. Oh, I'm gonna do no such thing. I'm gonna put these 3 right here, and a 1, and a 2, and a Dan. You want to hit me with a merge message?
Yeah, sure. And I've got a bit of a response here from Kyle first.
Oh, perfect.
Apparently, they're currently packaged in the offshore supplier, and we're having them air freighted over. Unfortunately, we will hopefully have some official timelines soon. Soon.png.
Okay. Official timeline coming soon, but we've got them.
They're really nice.
Dang
I
it,
like
we've
the new
got them.
carabiners.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Let's see, what have I got here? Dear Legmus, the short hello, everyone on set. When will the big screwdriver be available in store? I got a use case in civil construction for big screws.
Not happening. It's a very silly product, and it's not something that we are going to develop for mass production.
What about made to order?
Nope.
Okay. I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
At that cost?
Well, we'll just sell them for like $2,500. If people really want it, you're going to deny?
Gonna buy that, and we'd look like. Okay. We already take a ton of flack for the $70 price point of the regular screwdriver, which I'm not apologizing for. It's a really high quality device. It's manufactured to tight tolerances. That's what that costs. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's fine. But if we had the gall to list a $2,500 screwdriver on our site, I think I'd be on their side, Elijah.
But what if Taryn says we have to do it?
He's not going to do that. Taryn's a lot smarter than that. That's why we hired him. Jeez. All right, Dan, hit me.
It looks so awkward with
so
one.
Hard.
He'll get it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
From what I remember, there was some plans for a collaboration with Fillion at some point. Are there any updates on this?
Okay, Elijah's actually on point on this project, so.
Yes, there is some updates. We've been trying to get working with a piece of hardware called Slime VR. There's been a lot of delays in the getting the video done due to getting some models made, the communication of it, the hardware wasn't working. I did get the hardware working, but it doesn't work in this office because it uses 2.4. So I'm going to Linus's house at some point to try getting it working. But the model is made, and it looks amazing. And I really want to get this project done. But there's been a lot of other hiccups doing the charity stream, this stream, so.
Excuses.
I would like to say soon TM, but there is a model made, which is, Linus, it looks amazing. I got to play as it. It looks fantastic.
I'm very, very excited. I genuinely believe that VTubing is like the future. I think that it's an incredible way for digital creators to extend their lifespan, like not their literal lifespan, but the lifespan of their relevance. Like it's something that as soon as it came up on my radar, you probably heard me talk about this on WAN Show, 7 years ago or whatever. But as soon as this came up on my radar, I'm like, man, I'm gonna age out of being a live action host at some point, but our company could transition to like VTuber hosts and like digital, like virtual production. And I think for us, given our area of expertise, a hybrid would be the coolest thing, where we could have a digital host, but like practical B-roll, for example. Like, how cool would that be? And we are so close. I mean, if not there now, if we were willing to kind of put the time and resources into creating workflows around it, we are so close to a reality where that sort of mixed reality is absolutely possible. I can actually hear, hold on. There it is. I can hear the gears turning in Andy's head right now as he thinks about how I was supposed to bring the 115-inch TV back to the office so that we could use it as a digital backdrop for that kind of like virtual set, virtual production workflow. But I ended up I ended up switching it from a work expense to a personal purchase when I realized how awesome it was. And by the way, man, what an ace move that ended up being. You guys see that? You guys see that in the news recently? So TCL, not only have I had that TV for, what month is it? May? Not only have I had that TV already for almost 6 months, while everyone else on the continent has been waiting around like a hoser, but they just announced their North American pricing, and it is more than double what I paid. Yeah, buddy. Man.
It was a good tax write-off.
Yeah, gotta love the, like, I don't know, FU America tax of like, yeah, we'll just casually like double the price. I don't even know if it comes with the white glove service here. I legitimately don't know. I didn't check that. But the fact that it's just twice as expensive just because like America is freaking ridiculous. Because I can tell you guys, I can promise you that the freight across the ocean doesn't account for it. That was like $500 or $700. I don't remember exactly how much it was. It wasn't $12,000. I can tell you that much.
That TV always impresses me every time I watch something on it. It's incredible.
Man, we played tape to tape on it. So we had everybody like in the theater, like, man, that was great. That was a fun LAN. It's definitely more chill than the last LAN that we did. Like, we didn't have nearly as many people as last time. We made the tactical error of booking it for a long weekend. So I think a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, that works for me. And then realized, nope, I am not coming. And no, that doesn't work for me. So we ended up setting up like the whole upper garage for LAN seats, and like 2 people ended up sitting there, and then they moved downstairs later because they didn't, we basically didn't need the space.
The smaller LAN was good though, because you could play more games with more people, it felt like, and no one felt left out from certain games and whatever.
Yeah, and no one got discouraged by their complete lack of skill in spite of advertising themselves as like an experienced player.
I don't want to start this on stream.
So I ended up in one of the worst Left 4 Dead matches that I have ever played. And for perspective, between Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, I think I'm in the neighborhood of 250 to 300 hours. I have played a butt ton of Left 4 Dead.
He wanted to do the versus mode, where 4 people play as the infected, 4 people play as the survivors.
Yes, that's what Left 4 Dead is.
He had asked me, hey, have you played Left 4 Dead? I said, of course, I've played a lot of Left 4 Dead. I didn't realize that we were playing the versus mode until we were kind of in it. I have never played the versus mode.
So the problem is that Elijah wasn't the only person on my team where we'd had that particular miscommunication. So our experienced players, I think Chase has about 300 to 400 hours in the game and is probably one of the sweatiest gamers on staff, so he's legit. My wife Yvonne has probably about 150 hours in the game. She's not a terrific FPS player. Like, she hasn't gamed a lot compared to the rest of us in general, but she's played a ton of Left 4 Dead. And so she's really good at like operating as the special infected. She's got pretty good sort of game sense for the game. She understands the maps, stuff like that, which is huge, absolutely huge for that game. So Chase and Yvonne ended up on one team, with a person who had played a little and the complete noob who had never played before. And that was supposed to balance chase, because one noob can basically like kill you on a level. And so that was to balance chase. I ended up with 3 people who said they had played before, all of which had never played Versus. So essentially, it was me versus like Team Sweaty, okay?
I have
with 3 noobs.
Stop! Don't put.
It was extremely frustrating. I probably could have handled it a little better.
Yes, you could have. Do I tell them my new nickname?
I mean, I may have described you with that word. I don't think that
It wasn't my name. I'm joking.
I don't think I actually addressed you as that word.
We would do an action, and then he would immediately follow it up with useless. That was the word he would just.
I was emotional, and I'm sorry.
It was pretty funny.
I'd be like, dude, man. I'd be like calling out where everyone needs to set up. I'd be like, okay, where the spitter's jumping right now. Okay, boomer set up there, and then do this, and then do that, and like everyone gets set up. Okay, here's everyone's role, and then the level would start, and they'd just like, everyone would completely miss their marks or fail to spawn. And
we also didn't get a boomer.
It's a really hard game. It is legitimately an extremely challenging game. And it's one of those games that I feel like never really took off the way that it could have, because the skill gap between someone who is A- tier and B+ tier is enormous. The compete level of an A- team versus a B+ team is not even close. Like, they'll clobber them. You have to be extremely balanced and extremely close in skill level in order to have a fun competitive match. And especially with newcomers, you could have 3 hours in the game, and you could have someone with 30 minutes in the game, and it's just like not even close. Like that learning curve is so like aggressive. So I get it. But it was very frustrating. We had a much better game the next day where we balanced the teams a little bit better. We thought to ask people if their experience in Left 4 Dead was in versus mode, which helped a lot. We were actually within 100 points at the end. I ended up losing again, which I was unhappy about, but I've said this probably 100 times in my personal life. I would much rather lose a tight game than win a blowout. Like, I love to compete. I don't need to win, but I love winning. But more than that, I love to compete hard. And so that game was a lot of fun, even though my team ultimately came up short. Really?
Yeah, it's funny.
Really a short joke?
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you seen the size compared to the screwdriver?
Oh yeah, that's actually...
It would be like what? Only 1.5 screwdrivers to be about your height?
That's awesome.
Oh!
Dan, do you want to hit me with a merch message?
Sure, yeah, there's still a few left. Let's see. Linus, with the 10th anniversary of Channel Superfun approaching, what was the strangest thing you did for a Channel Superfun video?
Oh, by far, that one where we tried to recreate this weird, like, circle matching. Dan, are you able to bring up a video on stream?
Probably quite difficult, but I can try. Which one would you like?
So it's the Channel Superfun where we tried to recreate this like mobile game, but in the style of like a Japanese game show. It was Ed's idea, so I blame him for it.
Ridiculous Japanese game?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Oh yeah, it was a Japanese mobile game, and then I like we do this weird dream sequence, and then I wake up and I'm in the game and I'm dressed in like an anime style outfit, and Elijah's looking this up. He's looking this up. I thought you watched all of our videos.
I watched all the good videos, yeah. Oof. This one only has 200K views.
Oof. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, no. You got to get his reaction. He's gonna watch it right now.
Hold on.
I got an ad, sorry.
I've got
Still
it.
monetizing
If you
it.
want it.
Oh, you've got it, Dan?
I think so.
We can put it up on stream already?
I gotta watch an ad first.
Oh, I got it, yeah.
All right. They don't have to watch the whole thing. In fact, it would probably cause them physical pain, but you can kind of skip around in it.
All right, you want it?
This is such a long intro.
Oh, this is a good place to start.
I'm 20 seconds in and you haven't done any.
All right, let's see if
Okay.
this will work. We want audio. Okay,
It'll
cool.
go
This
up.
will work. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let me see if I'll fade that in. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I can't hear. Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, we can.
So that was an easy one to answer.
I have so many questions.
Look, my philosophy has always been that when it comes to creative ideas from the team, I'm kind of a try anything twice, kind of person. No bad ideas. We're a creative, collaborative workplace, and if you don't take risks, then you never know what the next big hit is going to be.
Dan's dead. Dan is dying. So try anything twice. Can we bring that video back?
It. That clearly was not it. I mean, I've dressed in drag a lot more than twice, so there's that.
That was old.
Yeah, dressing in drag was hardly the weirdest thing about that video.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Sorry for subjecting all of you to that.
That's okay. I needed that today.
Yeah.
Can't wait to look at the analytics for that video and see a spike today.
No, they're not going to watch it. They've seen enough of it at this point. It doesn't get any better. I'll say that. It doesn't get any more watchable. Sorry, I'm just trying to do a little bit of cable management here. Dan, you wanna hit me with another one?
Sure, let's see what we have here. Linus, if you had to choose between only being able to use Windows Vista or never being able to build a PC again, which would you pick and why?
Oh, I'd choose Windows Vista. I liked Windows Vista. I had a good computer.
I'm turning off this stream.
I had a good computer. Like, I'm sorry. Look,
Is this like Windows ME all over again?
Dude, no, my computer was sick. And Windows Vista, if you had enough RAM, I think I probably had like 4 gigs of RAM at that point. If you had enough RAM, man, it was great. And it had that like games organization folder that was part of an early Microsoft push to, care about Windows gaming before things got a little bit stupid for a bit with, oh man, what was it called? Like Games for Windows Live. Okay, no, that was that era too. So there were bad things. There were definitely bad things about that era. But there were good things about that era. Because before, man, like finding where your save games were saved and all that stuff was such a pain in the butt. Like Windows Vista had some really, really good ideas. It was a huge under the hood improvement. I mean, so much of what people liked about Windows 7 originated in Vista. It's just that they finally upgraded their computer. And so Vista, Vista 2, Windows 7, didn't get the same kind of bad name, right? And a lot of it wasn't just like having a fast CPU. A lot of what people were so upset about with Vista was the compatibility with existing hardware outside of their computer, like especially printers. Remember, this was at a time when people cared about printers. And so, people would get this new computer running Vista and they'd be like, what the heck? I have to like replace my printer or whatever. This is stupid. And they were mad. And I get that. That totally makes sense. But I didn't need to print anything. I was a gamer. And the actual, like if you go back, you can go find contemporaneous articles. It's not like the gaming performance was actually any different. Between Windows XP and Vista. There were small differences, but not really any more than we've seen in other operating system evolutions. These pins for the USB 3 header got a little bit bentamulated, and I'm pretty upset about that right now. I think I can get it on. I hate this connector.
Yeah, bend it back with the screwdriver.
Freaking hate it. No, I will not be using the screwdriver for that. Thank you very much for your suggestion, Elijah.
I did my best. I never even used Vista.
Yeah,
my first computer was Windows 10.
We know. You're young. We get it. The rest of us are old. Fine. Dan, you want to hit me with the phone?
Oh, okay, Sonny. Oh, my back. Hi, LED. Nice combo, right parenthesis. I just rewatched the screwdriver release video today. Any news on the deposit or legal actions against the Taiwanese factory? Best regards from Switzerland.
We're generally not a litigious crew, is the way that I would put that. I don't think that we have seriously pursued legal action ultimately. It's not really how I like to do business. It's not how I like to live my life. I don't know, maybe there are times when it would have made sense for me to take legal action rather than just kind of moving on. But that's what I like to do. I like to just focus on my thing, do my thing as best I can. And at the end of the day, the way that I see it, if I do that consistently enough, for long enough, if someone wrongs me in some way, then I will ultimately come out more ahead by just, the best revenge is just being successful in spite of their efforts to tear me down. Yeah. So no. But what we have done is we've taken the pallets of crappy shafts that they turned for us, and we have turned them into pens. So that product is coming pretty soon. We're calling it the fail pen because it's made of fail screwdriver shafts.
No, we have a new name for it.
We have a new name. Oh, I wanted to call it the fail pen. Okay, fine. What's it called now?
Have you not heard this? Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah, yeah, sure. What's it called?
The Scribe Driver.
Oh, that's a good name.
It is a good name.
Yeah, I like that name. Oh, wait, no, I think I do remember that actually. Was that James's idea?
I think so.
I think it might have been James's idea.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it is a good name. Scribe Driver.
Knowing you probably would have just called it Pen.
I don't name my products. I too.
I'm sorry I keep ragging you on for that. It's probably not fun
I
anymore.
too have some complaints about how we name our products. I kind of wish we were better at branding. How ironic for supposedly a company that acts as like a marketing agency for sponsors, right? Like if you really break it down.
The pen now from Brand.
Yeah.
Featuring the backpack.
Featuring ink. Okay. I mean that
looks pretty good.
Fine. Not my finest work, but it's my fine work. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to put one more cable tie on here. Dan, you want to hit me again?
Sure. Yeah, we got a few left here.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on tech in motorcycles and motorcycle gear? It seems like all cars basically have computers and motorcycles and accessories don't. Would you like something like a HUD in a helmet?
That exists. That's a thing. I've never been particularly compelled to buy one just because I'm a simple man. I like my bike go and I want to just be focused on the ride. But there have definitely been times when some turn-by-turn directions might have been nice. So if I had, say, for example, an Android Auto compatible.
Yeah, there might be an error.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
If I had, say, for example, an Android Auto compatible helmet or something like that, just for navigation, and I guess some built-in speakers would be nice because you don't want to wear like earphones, right? Like you want something that gives you situational awareness. I'd consider something like that, but realistically, the primary feature that I'm looking at when I buy a helmet is that it fits my noggin correctly. Like just because you buy a good quality helmet or just because you buy a certified helmet or whatever, if it's not the right shape for your head, it's not going to protect you properly the way that even a maybe like lesser brand helmet would if it fits you properly, is at least my understanding. So unfortunately, I happen to have a showy shaped head So I've tried cheaper helmets and they don't fit me as well. And Shoei's are like stupid expensive, like 800 Canadian dollars or something stupid like that. I haven't bought one in a little while, so I don't know exactly what they're up to now, but they're like really expensive. But for me, you know, I'd rather spend $800 on a helmet that fits me properly than spend $500 on one that has cool features, but like, you know, maybe I get brain damage from an accident, or more brain damage. I mean, that's the thing about riding on a bike. Realistically, you crash, you're probably dead anyway. But hey, we like to wear our helmets just in case maybe we get lucky, you know? I'm pro helmet, 100% pro helmet. Big Helmet didn't pay me to say that. Big Screwdriver, on the other hand, has significantly influenced the stream. Guys, is now a good time to kind of recap how you guys can get a chance to win this computer and this screwdriver. I think scrolling all the way back to the notes is going to be pretty difficult for me, so Elijah's going to bring it up on his computer and he's going to tell you guys how you can win this oversized, fully functioning LTT screwdriver and this gaming system, and then we're going to throw in our GPU.
Yep. All right, so all you have to do to enter is buy any screwdriver on lttstore.com. All the details will be on the page. We are running this until the end of the 24th at 11:59 p.m. PST. One screwdriver purchase gets you your entry, and then we will be drawing it after that and sending you the computer and screwdriver. It's pretty cool.
And of course, you know, to be legally compliant, we have a no purchase necessary, blah, 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 T's and C's, right?
All of those details are going to be on the website as well.
Okay. Yeah,
Make sure it's valid in your region, country, wherever you are.
Yeah, you're not allowed to just, this is my old retailer experience coming back to me. You're not allowed to have something where the only way to enter is by buying something. But what you are allowed to do, laws are funny. What you are allowed to do is overwhelmingly stack the odds of winning in favor of people who bought the thing. So like you can, yeah, so you can set it up so that like buying a screwdriver gives you 1,000 entries.
Sure.
And like sending a letter
Gets you
like
one.
gets you one.
Oh, I'm going to write 100 letters.
Yeah, but by then you could have just bought a screwdriver. That's the whole.
Oh, I understand now.
It's a whole thing. It's like lottery and sweepstakes laws. It's complicated, but we are compliant. We're compliant. Oh, and I'm compliant with telling you about our GPU. It was apparently going to be a 7900 XTX, but then XT, but then we didn't do that. So now it's an MSI RTX 4080 Super with DLSS, ray tracing, 16 gigs of GDDR6X memory, and of course, all the usual NVIDIA goodness without any of the NVIDIA badness, like pricing, because you're not paying for it. Ah, crap. The way I cable manage the front USB-C is not going to work for this. So, Dan, help me stall for time. Quick, go.
Sure, yeah. Linus, can you hit the gritty?
What now?
The Gwitty.
What's that?
It's a dance.
It's a dance?
Yes.
Well, okay, Elijah's going to show you the
No,
dance.
I'm going to pull it up for you, and then you can do it.
Why don't you demonstrate it for him?
I think Elijah should be the one to demonstrate.
I don't have the music playing because it's copyrighted.
Shoot.
Cop out.
No, I don't want to get a copyright strike on the channel.
Okay, well, I got a question for Elijah then. What's your least favorite game that you've gone all the way through and beaten?
Ooh, least favorite game I've gone all the way through.
Fortnite.
I mean, you can't really go all the way through that. You just get the dub, call that.
Get the dub.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think Borderlands 3 was pretty disappointing for me. Coming from being such a huge Borderlands 2 fan, and even the ending of Borderlands 2 with the DLCs and stuff. But then Borderlands 3 just kind of didn't really embrace all of that on the story front. It was really good mechanic-wise, and they improved a lot of things in the mechanics of it, but the story left me empty and sad. So that's my answer.
Shoot. I am having a real rough day when it comes to front USB connectors. This one broke a little, which is not the end of the world. It didn't break on the part where any of the pins are, but it means that whoever gets this computer, don't mess around with your front USB-C connection because it's a little finicky. I'm just going to get it in there, and we're going to make sure it works but when it arrives, you know, just don't mess with this cable. Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't think there's anything that I can. Man, is there a way for me to get this in here that it doesn't interfere with the GPU? Come on, buddy. How about like that? That might do it. Okay, let's have a look. Man, just not having good luck today. All right, Dan, hit me.
Sure, I got 2 left here. Hey, Linus, with the Copilot logging feature that logs things you do on your computer and stores it locally, do you think that it could eventually lead to selling the data to advertisers?
I mean, I think you already know the answer to that question. Seems like a matter of time to me. I mean, who knows? Maybe, you know, maybe these big tech companies that have shown time and time again their utter disregard for our privacy will totally change and be different now that they're AI bros instead of, you know, just general tech bros. It's fun to be naive. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they aren't doing it now, to me, doesn't mean pretty much anything. I mean, I don't even necessarily take for granted that they actually aren't doing it now because there's so many. Oh, this is a triple slot card. That's why I'm having trouble. Because there's so many, you know, little loopholes for, you know, how, oh, well, we didn't sell it to third parties because that was a first party entity or whatever else the case may be. Like, I'm at the point now where I don't consider it to be tinfoil hat wearing behavior to assume that a tech company is profiting off of your data regardless of whether it's a paid or unpaid service or regardless of their terms of service or their privacy policy or whatever else. I just don't have any faith and confidence left. We've seen so many whistleblowers, so many data leaks, and I hate generalizing, right? Because surely there are companies somewhere that are doing things right. And I hate to lump them in with ones that aren't. It's kind of like I get really frustrated when I see people assume that a video from us is you know, an undisclosed sponsorship because so many influencers have undisclosed sponsorships. Like, I hate that. We don't have undisclosed sponsorships. But when something is so prevalent, it's not like I don't understand people's perspective. I get it. It sucks, right? So if I'm one of those companies that's treating people's data extremely responsibly, then it would feel pretty crappy to be lumped in. But sorry guys, I can't help it at this point. I had to start these screws with my fingers.
Oh, cheater!
I can't get this in. That's not cheating. All you said is I could only use this screwdriver. You didn't say I couldn't use my hands.
I said all you can use is the screwdriver.
Now I got to use my hands to use the screwdriver, though. Boom. Hands allowed.
All right, you got me. Jeez, sorry.
All right, let's get these boys, I don't know, let's get this adapter on here. All right, Dan, you said you got one more for me, right?
Yep, I got one more.
All right.
I've been watching you for years.
Wow,
finally,
weird.
Yeah,
creepy.
It lives in your walls. I've been watching you for years. Finally decided to get the LTT screwdriver for my newest build. What was the most daunting build you have ever done?
A daunting build. So daunting has kind of a specific connotation, right? Like one that appears overwhelming, you know? So a daunting build. I don't know, Elijah, you've watched every video on the channel. What would you say was a daunting looking build? I mean, building computers to me is kind of, he says as he messed up 2 of the connectors in this one. Building computers to me is kind of second nature at this point. I don't really get daunted by it. There are definitely ones where we discovered midway that they were much more challenging than we anticipated, right? Like the Creeper PC for PewDiePie. Good
That's
Lord.
What I was gonna say.
That took so much longer than we hoped. Just because the mechanism to get the head pop up ended up being such a nightmare. We definitely had some project ideas that we ultimately didn't even attempt because they were too daunting. So I don't know if you guys remember this one, but see that TV over there that's kind of in like a window frame? That was originally in my office upstairs. And we had this proposal out to a brand to sponsor a video where we added a camera and head tracking so that it would act as an actual window for whenever there was just a single occupant in the room. And then we wanted, oh God, what else was it? Man, I don't remember. There was kind of like something else. And we were basically looking at it going, why did we even start this conversation? That's not something we want to build. Fortunately, they ultimately bailed and we never pitched that again. So we dodged a bullet there. But there's been kind of lots of things like that. But I don't think there's too many especially daunting builds. I can see if the audience had any ideas for this one.
I feel like any custom PC case is probably one of those ones where, you know, you may think you can do it, and then you get into it like the Creeper PC, and it starts being more of a challenge.
Yeah, I would say that's true, but they can also be exciting.
Some people said the Pyramid PC for D-brand.
Pyramid PC was pretty daunting, especially because the customer is such a picky, particular corporation. Where's my thing? Okay. I have a sponsor spot. Is that true? I already did it. Oh, I already did it?
All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it already did it right at the beginning.
Oh, there's only one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, why does it say sponsor spot? Let's find another sponsor. Go get Colt.
Colton?
No, I'm kidding. Okay, are we supposed to?
Well, we're supposed to get ready to boot it up and play on it.
Oh,
and then while it's updating.
I can show you some reactions from our staff.
Yeah. Can you cut to that? Sure. Well, future Linus, the screwdriver is finished.
Quick.
Sebastian just texted me. We're gonna go grab it and show some LMGers. Can I ask you what your thoughts are on the big screwdriver?
What? Huh? Oh my God! It's way too well made for what it is.
Oh, wow.
Okay, he's getting weird with it.
It's absurd, but I love it.
This is the best thing I've ever seen. Does it ratchet?
Yeah.
Wow. This is actually crazy.
Oh, okay.
It sounds so good though, just like the regular one.
Oh, that is amazing. Oh, this feels so wrong yet so right.
See, now this is the fidget toy that I need.
Oh my. I could build so many things with this.
Okay, you're having too much fun.
It feels like you're reloading a gun. You're like,
Oh, yes.
That's amazing. Wow. Oh my God, look at the bits.
Exactly which one you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, it's our screwdriver.
Oh my God.
oh.
Wait, who made this? Why?
Is this the real deal? Holy. Okay. That's a big ass screwdriver.
That's stupid. I like it.
Probably right. I didn't think it would actually have the bit storage. Oh my God.
What a unit.
It's gonna take forever.
The size of the...
Of course, the knurling actually hurts your fingers, but...
Oh my gosh, this feels like it would hurt my hand to spin it because it's so sharp.
Kind of sharp.
Yeah, this hurts.
Actually, really sharp.
You could grate cheese on this knurling. You could like seriously get some Parmesan.
That is actually dangerous.
I know. Oh!
We have such weird jobs.
I don't know, seems kind of dumb.
Taking it back now. Unbelievable. I worked hard on this, and by I worked hard, I delegated Sebastian to work hard.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And moment of truth, you guys. All we need is power to the monitor, and we are ready to see if she works.
Oh.
I don't know if I hit the switch on this power supply before we started.
Well, we should be able to just...
No, I got it.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. Look how tasteful and not too over-the-top RGB this build is. Oh, good. The dim's lit up. Trying to find the bright side there.
They did also send us a glass side panel, if you
really?
prefer that.
Yeah, I'm super down. I want to see it post before I put the side panel on. It's bad
course.
GBs. Bad GBs to fire up a machine with all the side panels closed. 100% of the time, you will have to take at least one of them off to fix something.
I did it once and blew up a stick of RAM.
See? See, it's bad GBs. I'm not a superstitious man, but that's just bad GBs.
That's the one. Same with removing the plastic peel prematurely.
Really? Oh, like you'll definitely scratch it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Let's go. Okay, I want to see all the RAM sticks and everything before we actually close this thing up. 64 gigs. Yep. All good. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and set up our XMP profile. Ooh, wow. She lags. She lags. She lags. Oh, baby, yes, she moves. She moves, but so slowly. Okay, yeah, we're good. You want to throw the windowed side panel on? Get this puppy booted up? Man, now I want to watch the reactions. I gotta go back and watch my own video. I haven't actually seen them yet.
There will be a full version on Floatplane as well with even more people's reactions.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. lmg.gg/floatplane. You did not just leave that peel on.
Well, I'm going to peel it once it's, because I had to use it. Now you peel it.
Here we go.
How about we leave half of it for...
Why? Yeah, there we go.
That looks great.
That's an adequately built build. Enjoy your computer. That one cable, errant cable. You know, I do think that they could have helped with that in the case design a little bit, like made it easier to cable tie that down, because you can't cable manage behind the motherboard tray on this one. Is it? Oh. Is this still working?
Did XMP break it?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
Womp womp. Oof.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank goodness.
You keep forgetting about the post times of AMD.
Yeah, AM5.
Every time.
Yeah.
3 hours to train.
Can be very slow. Dan, did you have any more merch messages for us?
Sure, I got 2 more for you here.
Sure.
Hello, Linnell Dude and Eli, but mostly Linnell. When are we getting the frosted tips back? The Duke Nukem GTX 560 was peak.
Yeah, I think D-Brand had wanted to sponsor like a bleaching my hair on WAN show segment or something like that. You know what? Screw it. I'm down.
Hey, Dell, I'm currently the general manager of a pizza place, but have an overwhelming passion for computers. Any advice for breaking into the tech world for work?
Oh, man, other than just do it, I don't really know what to tell you, right? Like, anytime you change careers, there's going to be a leap of faith involved. There's going to be some challenges, like you're going to come in and not be the most experienced person. You just gotta kind of keep trying. You know what's funny is there's so many people that are just kind of side hustling, building PCs and fixing PCs. We've actually got a couple of videos coming in the next little bit where we're going to be evaluating people who offer PC services on Facebook. Just like we're gonna engage some random people on like Facebook and Craigslist, Kijiji, sites like that, and kind of see what the experience is like, both from our side as the customer and from their side as the proprietor. Like, is it viable? Like, I want to talk to these people. Like, are you eating like building computers on Facebook? Because I really want to know, because it was really, man, when I was young, it was really tough. There was no way that you were going to eat based on just doing that as your main gig. With that said, we've run into people during Scrapyard Wars that appear to buy and sell computer hardware and computers as their main gig, like out of their apartments and stuff like that. So clearly, some people are making it work. And if they've got any tech tips for us, I'm sure the community would be happy to learn more, right? All right, hit me, Dan.
I recently had to retrieve data from a 5.25 floppy. It was more challenging than I expected to retrieve via modern Windows 11 PCs. What was the oldest or oddest old tech hardware barrier you had to conquer?
Old hardware tech barrier to conquer. I don't know, man. I didn't really.
Zip disk, tape, those giant actual, the 5 floppies.
I tend to be like a problem solver, right? So I'm all about what's my workaround so I don't have to do something horrible. Like, I'm trying to think, like if I had to figure out mini disk today. or something like that. I feel like that would be a challenge because I never played around with it back when it was current. I have no idea what like reader and writer you even need for it, but I feel like I would just not then. Sometimes we don't have a choice though. I'm sure that 5 1/4 inch floppy data recovery wasn't for fun. Oh, yes, I have one. Okay, I didn't personally do it, but it's very on topic for me right now because Ariel, our co-op student who was featured in the video on the USSR, like the Soviet mouse that we got working, he's back. So he's back on staff again, and I actually hung out with him a little bit at the LAN. We were playing some tape to tape. Let's go. And that was probably the most challenging old piece of hardware that we've ever tried to get running. Fortunately, it came with ample documentation, which was the norm back in those days, but just isn't really a thing anymore. Let's go ahead and have a look at our game settings here. She's super quiet so far. Ray Tracing Ultra. DLSS, I don't know, quality? Yeah, let's go quality. I don't think I need ray reconstruction, but I also don't think I need frame gen. Okay, ray trace lighting, ultra. Yeah, this is probably about what I would play this on with hardware of this class. Here we go. Let's see how she runs. Oh, do we have frame view on here?
Nope.
Whoopsie doodles.
Oh.
It's okay, we'll get it. Oh, I don't care right now.
Sign up. Give your data.
Don't allow. Shut up. Oh my God.
Give your data.
I am trying to use my computer.
No.
Microsoft needs to just, they've got this habit. They've got this habit they've gotten into of putting Windows in the way of using my computer. And it really needs to stop.
I saw your messages recently about Teams. How you like click on a link and it would always overwrite your default browser.
Yeah, so that seemed to be a bug. It's working fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, but for probably a week or two, and I showed people this. It was not only me who saw it. I was not able to change the browser that my links opened in Teams. It was very frustrating.
It's good to know it was a bug because it was happening to me as well.
Yeah, at least I hope it was a bug. Anyway, it's addressed now, so whatever it was, it's dealt with now. But that was incredibly frustrating, and I'm just noticing more and more Windows things that are getting in the way of using my computer. And like, look, I know that the year of the Linux desktop is an absolute freaking meme, but like, they're over 1% market share in the Steam hardware survey now. Steam Deck is a real thing, and SteamOS is coming. I hope. There have been challenges outside of Valve's control. I get it. They really need the NVIDIA experience to be better before they can just say, okay, yeah, here's SteamOS, go for it. Just because they have, what, like 85% market share or something like that in discrete GPUs. So I understand the challenges, but man, it feels like the year of the Linux desktop is like kind of coming. Finally coming.
Let's see those frame
What how did that car take off? I shot the driver in the face. He's
Which
dead.
driver?
How did his car move?
The screwdriver? Oh, sorry, the driver of the car.
No, yeah, not the screwdriver.
He's a screwed driver.
Oh.
Oof. Oh man, not the coppers. Get out of here, copper. Ha ha!
They chase you now.
Your railing cannot stop me. Neither can your telephone pole. Man, there's some pretty mature rated stuff in this game that we don't always account for in our ratings of our videos when we show gameplay from it. I'm just gonna. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think our predominantly American audience cares about that. It's the sexualized content that can get us in trouble there.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh.
This guy seems to not care at all that I just like have a gun. Oh, no, okay, I pointed it at him. Now he's upset. Are these the same guy? Hey, look, there's two of the same guy. He just has a different hairstyle. Hold on, does he have the same face? Let's see, hold on, hold still.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, don't fall like that. Dang it.
I killed you. You should have landed on your back.
Okay, where's the other guy? Hold on, come back. Hold still.
Oh my goodness.
Sit down. Okay, hold on. I just need to check. Oh man, he clipped through the floor. Or the ground, rather. Okay, so the game's still not perfect. But what is perfect is the performance we're getting in it. Check this out. 1% lows of 80 FPS. I've got my GPU sitting at a cool 67 degrees Celsius, my CPU at 74, and our average FPS is over 100. What? How many times I got to shoot these guys in the head? They're not even wearing helmets. It's not even realistic.
Maybe they would have taken more bullets if they bought whatever your bike helmet was.
He
again,
says
right?
after he jumps off a bridge.
Do you just like heal in this game? I still haven't played Cyberpunk. I've been meaning to. It's such a huge commitment, man. Committing to like a 50+ hour games, it's like entering a relationship, you know?
Ugh, yeah, I know.
Like I got enough relationships in my life.
It's tough when every game is also competing for that 50-hour relationship, right?
Exactly, dude. There's so
Live
many
service
games to play now.
and, yeah.
Oh no, I can't get involved in any kind of anything with seasons. I look at it and I'm like, no. Oh man, you want me to play this game more than once? Like, I don't think so.
FOMO.
All right, Elijah. Apparently, do you want
Yes,
to get some
sir.
close-ups of that, Andy? Apparently, there's one more surprise for me.
It was going to be the small screwdriver if you didn't already open it.
Oh.
But you opened it.
So there's no other surprise
No.
other than for you guys to be surprised by who ends up winning it. So one more time, all you got to do is check out the terms and conditions of the giveaway for this RTX 4080 7800 X3D processor gaming rig and this gigantic novelty-sized, fully functioning LTT screwdriver. 3 times the size, baby. 3 times the fun.
It's amazing. Again, all you have to do, buy a screwdriver on lttstore.com. Giveaway goes till the 24th at 11:59 p.m. PST, and then we'll be announcing a winner.
How perfect is that timing?
Where'd you get a phone call? Oh, look, pizza! Did you order me some?
No, it's homemade. I made it for myself, and I'm going to eat it. You can have a piece if you really want. I brought an entire pizza, so. Do you want a piece of pizza?
I didn't pack lunch, so.
All right.
That'd be cool.
All right. Cool.
All right.